What's up, guys? This is episode, I believe, number 9 of the Crunch Time podcast. This is going to be the last podcast of the week as I am going on vacation starting tomorrow. I will maybe try to squeeze in an early morning podcast before I leave, but if I don't, the next time I'll be back will most likely be Tuesday. Probably around when the NBA Finals are about to start. That's gonna be one thing. So there's gonna be a lot of a lot of predictions, considering that we won't be here for whoever wins the Suns and the Clippers series, and we might maybe be here for when the Hawks and the Bucks series ends. Who knows? But I'm definitely gonna make my final predictions over who wins that series, and if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's just how that's just how it goes sometimes. So, anyway, my voice is very raspy right now. I guess I just have like that tired voice right now or something. I'm not sure. But I guess we just gotta get right into the game yesterday, considering that's how this goes. Consider if you want to squeeze in as much basketball as you can before the season ends. But the Suns and the Clippers, the Clippers started off the game really hot. Marcus Morris started off the game 6 for 6. And they were really getting the matchups that they needed early. Now, obviously, the Suns started battling back, and then around the second half, they actually did take the lead at some point. But they lost the lead, and then I think just Paul George, man. Paul George has probably played, and I believe he's played the most minutes in these playoffs by a landslide for sure. He has, I think, about over 730 minutes played. The next closest to him is Devin Booker at 600. So he's definitely proving that he can still just keep it going. The man's working like overtime right now, just trying to win the series everything he can. With Kawhi out, he has to play a little extra minutes on the court. He can't really take a break. I think one guy that really helps him a lot, though, is obviously, like I've said, Reggie Jackson. He's an absolute dog. Man puts up 20 points every single game, and he's always there. One guy who was shadowed was DeMarcus Cousins. He had to be in there since Zubats was out with an injury. I'm not sure what it was again. The Clippers had to mostly play tonight small ball in it, and that's a very good matchup for DeAndre Ayton, and he didn't pull through for the matchup. And I thought guys like Terrence Mann did a really good job of defending Devin Booker and Chris Paul at times, because it's a very hard thing to do, especially stopping that mid-range. And I think Patrick Beverley is just like a player that you just gotta watch out for. When he's on the court, it feels like he's dropping 40 points every single time. But really, it's just his mentality and the way how he plays. He just plays with such aggression that you feel like his presence on the court makes it feel like he's dropping 40. That's definitely something that that the Clippers are gonna need. For the Suns, they just got to win one game. I did say that the Suns are going to win it in 6, so I'm just going to keep that to my word. But the only way how the Suns are going to win this in 6 is if Devin Booker takes over the game. I said in game 1 that Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton were they remind me of Kobe and Shaq. Well, then in game 6 they're going to have to remind me of Kobe and Shaq, because if they don't come out of this with a dub, then they have to go back to game 7, which obviously doesn't sound too bad considering that you're the home team in this series. but you don't want to play an extra game, because you got to play an extra game, because then it's not it, then sometimes the mentality kind of just slips away. And the Clippers just wanted it more. It was just simple as that. They just wanted the game more, and they wanted to win more. That was it. Yeah, I mean, like, they had 4 guys in, I believe, or 3 guys in 20-point figures. Paul George shot 41 points while playing like 40 minutes. Reggie Jackson, that was like 23. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's, and with Kawhi out, like, they're doing this all with Kawhi out. Like, imagine if they had Kawhi in, like, bro, like, this team, I would have picked this team to win it, because we're seeing how dangerous this team is even without Kawhi. Like, I don't know, there's something about them that's just like going crazy. And do I believe the Clippers can win Game 6? Of course I can. I believe the Clippers can win the series, but I'm just going back off of my pick. I picked Suns in 6, so I gotta stay with it. And yeah, the only way how the Suns are gonna win a game, or the way how I want to see the Suns win this game, is like, like the way how Kobe and Shaq would win the game, just with actual, like, just, I guess not like with like anger, but just like with wanting it more type, like, it's not like you just gotta win one game. It's not you gotta win 3 like the Clippers, where you gotta kind of change your mentality around a little bit. This is definitely just one game, and if you're just mentally focusing for an entire whole game, you should win the game, honestly. That's usually what happens at times, so we'll see what happens. No, of course, me, I'm very excited. I'm always excited. I'm always pumped for these game 6s, and when teams are down, because now the game 6s are usually always elimination, or not usually, they always are elimination games. So that's what I think. That's what makes it even better, because now it's just gonna get to the point of who wants it more. So I mean, I'm just excited overall. Like, and I say that a lot, but like, it's just true, But anyway, I think we just gotta go to the. I kind of like losing things to say, because it's kind of. I'm trying to cram things in before I gotta start packing and whatnot. But we'll talk about the Bucks and the Hawks right now, as that's the game tonight. And really, I think we just gotta go back to. We kind of just gotta go back to who is the most valuable player in the series. And I want to go with like Trae Young, and that's probably who I'm gonna go with. It's Trae Young. We can't deny it, because when we look at the Bucks, we know who they got. Like, obviously everybody knows what the Bucks got. They have a considerably like big 3. But I think for the Hawks, like, they don't got really anybody else. For the Hawks, Trae Young runs through that offense. Like, he is the main guy, and he runs through that offense. And with Trae being questionable for tonight and him limping, it's kind of like, well, this series done, because it's like, who's the next guard who would step up? And that would have to be Lou Williams, but like, Lou's like 37, like, and Lou can turn it on whatever he wants, but it's like when you got Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday is a one guy. I feel like it might actually be Drew Holiday. I'm kind of leaning towards those two. I'm leaning towards the guards, because those guys guard each other. And Drew Holiday is a first-time all-defensive player, and he's letting Trae Young just drop him off, basically, like, and obviously I didn't watch game 3, but I watched some highlights and some clips and the way how stuff was going, and it just looked like the Hawks were just had the game until he stepped on the ref's foot and basically twisted his ankle. But that's just how I saw it. I don't really know how. He might be limping, he might not. I don't know. Ankle sprains tend to last like a couple of days, so he probably won't be 100%, which is obviously everybody isn't 100% in the playoffs. But if you're limping, that definitely means you're not at 100. And we'll see. You know, it'll definitely be a challenge for the Hawks if Trae Young doesn't play. Like, how are they going to get their buckets and how are they going to score? You know. But for the Bucks, their main guy is Jrue Holiday. Like I said, I think it's just gonna be Jrue Holiday and Trae Young, because we were talking about Batman and Robin, like with Giannis and Chris Middleton, which obviously we all know what it is. I was kind of making fun of Kendrick Perkins for saying that, as I believe that was such a dumb take that Chris Middleton is Batman. But you know. It's just all gonna come down to defense at the end of the day. I mean, for me personally, I like defense more than offense. Like, as long as you play good defense, it'll generate in a good offense. That's how I see things. So, I can't really give like an explanation on how the game's gonna go. If Trae Young's out, it's a blowout. If Trae Young's in and he's limping, it'll still probably be a blowout. And because he's gonna be on limited minutes if he's limping on the court like that. So, you know, we'll see. I got Bucks winning this game, and then they'll be up 3-1 going back home. So that's how I see this. But anyway, that's it for the basketball talk. I mean, you know, this is the time where we talk about baseball. So I mean, we might as well switch gears, you know, and switch the subject. But anyway, if we're just talking about just baseball in general right now, we might as well just talk about all the stuff that's been going on. So one, I guess we might as well just start with we might as well just start with the Brewers and the Cubs. The Brewers had a 10-run 8th inning against the Cubs as they won the game, I believe 14-4. 2 3-run bombs with 2 outs, which I just don't really understand. I mean, I don't know, it's weird how you just give up that many runs after pitching well, I guess you could say, against the Dodgers. And the problem with the Cubs is that they don't have all their hitters are literally like guys who can just hit bombs. Like, none of their hitters are like guys who just like hit doubles or singles. Like, everybody's hitting for the fences, and that's definitely something that you gotta switch with that team, man. Like, you can't, because it's cool to hit bombs. Like, I love seeing nukes, but we can't be like, you can't daddy swing on like every swing. That's how I see it. Other news: Mr. Kyle Schwarber has 11 home runs in 9 games. I mean, he's raking, and I believe the Nationals are facing DeGrom this week. So I want to see that. I want to see that matchup. Maybe Schwarber might hit a bomb off of him. Who knows? Because I don't think DeGrom has actually given up a home run this season. So. And Schwarber is red hot right now. I believe he has 24 home runs now, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not completely mistaken. I believe the Dodgers, I'm not really sure, but I believe the Dodgers won against the Giants yesterday. I forgot what the score was. But that's definitely going to be something. I'm kind of looking at everything right now because I believe the Gron is playing against the Nationals this week, or is it against the Braves? Okay, it's against the Braves. Never mind. Okay, so then yeah, I think Shohei Ohtani is taking them out Wednesday, and he also hit a nuke yesterday. I mean, he just keeps raking. I think he's at 26 home runs now. Since I'm gonna be gone for the entire week, we might as well just talk about everything. I mean, Walker Buehler and Kevin Guzman, who are the best two pitchers in baseball right now, are pitching against each other tonight. The World Series, last two World Series champs are meeting. 4-game series in Washington D.C. That would be the Dodgers and the Nationals. Jacob deGrom is pitching on Thursday against the Braves, so I got that one wrong. Nolan Arenado is heading back to Coors Field for the first time. I believe that's on Thursday. And then the Subway Series between the Mets and the Yankees are this weekend. And yeah, and other news, Trevor Story announced that he'll be participating in the Home Run Derby, which is interesting to say the least. It's very interesting. And then I guess just in other news, if there even is other news, Max Muncy owns the Giants. I don't know, I had to get that out. He owns the Giants. And before we finish talking, we gotta say Nicholas Castellanos had 7 RBIs yesterday, including a grand slam against the Phillies. So he's definitely got my MVP vote right now. He's got my starting all-star vote right now. And the Reds are heating up right now. Very excited for the Reds right now. As a Cubs fan, I'm very sad we got rid of Castellanos for some odd apparent reason. I have no idea why. Man, literally, he rakes. Like, it doesn't matter. He just absolutely rakes. So I'm very excited about seeing how he'll do the rest of the season, because I kind of want to see some like rare dude win MVP. I think it'd be very exciting. And yeah, I mean, that's really all the news that happened yesterday. I mean, there wasn't really anything. Oh, actually, no, we are forgetting something. The Stanley Cup Finals. We haven't talked about hockey at all. I think that's something I've definitely forgotten about. So if anybody doesn't know, since we haven't talked about hockey once, the Canadiens and the Lightning are in the Stanley Cup Finals. And the Lightning are, I think they're a 1 seed. I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but they beat Montreal 5-1 yesterday. The Lightning are a very good team, obviously. You know, the Lightning have always since 2014 they've been killing it. They've absolutely been killing it since 2014. I believe they won the cup last year, if I'm not mistaken. Right? If I'm not mistaken, I think they did. So, yeah, I'll definitely keep in mind about that series. I need to really get back into hockey. I haven't gotten back into hockey in like forever. The only dudes that I know on the Lightning who are probably still on that team are like Steven Stamkos. Like that's the only dude I know. Like, I need to get back into hockey again. You know, it kind of sucks like when your team isn't really doing that good because you don't really pay attention to it. But yeah, that's the only guy I know who's on the Lightning that I can remember is Steven Stamkos. But yeah, anyway, so the Lightning lead that series 5-1. I believe Game 2 is if hockey's doing. I'm not sure if hockey's doing it different or not, or they're just like for Game 1 and 2, they're gonna have like every other day, and then when you travel, you get 2 extra days. And you know, I'm not sure if they're doing it like that or they're just having it like, you know, game day off. You know. So anyway, yeah, we'll definitely I think we'll definitely be back because I know both of those teams are really good. So we'll definitely be back, I think, before that series ends, so we can maybe talk about it. I don't know. I need to watch the games though in order for that to happen. So we're getting on the 20-minute mark. I said this would be a short podcast. There's really not that much to talk about in the sports world when it comes to the topics we talk about. I'm kind of rushing here. I'm kind of trying to figure out things to say on the dot right now, but I just wanted to get a podcast out. You just get my final predictions out. If we'll recap over the entire stuff that I said I had the Suns in 6. I'm just keeping that on note. Now obviously, since the Bucks and Hawks are playing tonight, the Bucks win. The Bucks got it in 5. Or 6. I'm gonna mostly go with 6. Actually, we'll go with 6. We'll go each series with 6 because I believe I said that each series was gonna go in 6, so we'll just stay with that. For hockey, I'm gonna just hopefully by the time we get back, it'll most likely be a game 6, game 7. So, because that's playoff hockey is the best hockey. I've just been slacking a little way too much on it. And in baseball, we'll get back to everything that goes down. I think that's what's good about vacations. You let your mind rest. You figure out what you want to I guess do as a topic, what you want to talk about, what you want to study about, really, and then when you get back, it's just a whole slate of things. That's kind of how I thought this podcast would be, but then again, we just started the week. Nothing's really went down, nothing crazy has happened. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not really a big soccer guy. I know a bunch of stuff went down in soccer, but I really just need to check all that out for myself. But yeah, that will most likely be it for the podcast today. And game 2 between Vanderbilt and Mississippi State for the NCAA or for the men's college baseball World Series. Yeah, that sounded weird. Is on today. I don't know which time. It's in the middle of the day, like it always is. So that's something I definitely forgot though. I believe Vanderbilt won game 1 yesterday, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, this will be the end for the podcast today. I know it's a short podcast today. I'm sorry, but things happen. Anyway, I will. If I don't post a podcast tomorrow, I will be back on Tuesday. Get you guys off of a podcast. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode too. I hope you guys are enjoying these podcasts. And I still haven't really thought of a catchphrase yet. I kind of just say things here and there. But anyway, this will be it for the podcast today. Obviously, this was episode 9 of Crunch Time with me, Chris. And I will see you guys on, I guess, next Tuesday or Wednesday, most likely either or. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and rest of your week. And I will see you guys whenever the next time is. Peace.